How can God love me?
What is my purpose?
What happens after death?
Why do bad things keep happening to me?
Who is God?
Thanks for watching this week's episode of Ask GHCC. This week we're going to try and unpack the question of how should Christians handle panhandlers? And I think when we drive around our neighborhoods in Antioch, Brentwood, and Oakley, we'll see more and more that this is a growing problem in our communities. As I drive into work every day, I see 1 to 2 to 3 different people that are by freeway exits or by restaurants just simply asking for money. And I look at this and I see that it's actually more than just a problem. But in fact, these are people. And I say that because it's not a problem that we can just throw more money at, start a new program, or create new laws for to solve. But in fact, that we should recognize as Christians that these are people that bear the image of God. And in so doing, and recognizing that these people have inherent worth just because they bear God's image. And so the way that we as Christians should address this issue of people in poverty is to treat them as people, to build relationships with them and get to know their stories. And I say this because I've gotten to know some dear friends that have been in ministry with people in poverty for a long, long time. And they tell me that a common theme and thread in dealing with people in poverty is that they're not always just lazy and always just wanting to sit on the side of the road and ask for money. But in fact, that the reason that they're there and the reason that they're addicted to substances such as alcohol and drugs and other things is because of a trauma kind of event that has happened that has caused them to medicate and deal with this issue. In their case, it happened to be drugs, alcohol, or some other thing. In some other cases, it could be materialism, it could be disengagement, it could be some other list of items. But for us to recognize that these people are in fact in a situation that they themselves don't know how to get out of is important for us because it reminds us of where we were at. The fact that it reminds us of the gospel. And so what's crazy and cool and the most incredible thing about the gospel is that it's a great equalizer for all of us. Because all people who are image bearers of God have all turned aside and away from God. And the gospel reminds us that it's because of Jesus, what he's done on the cross, that he's enabled us to now live in faith, live lives of obedience to God. That we're not better or worse than anyone else in this world. And we're simply reminded when we look at other people that are in different situations that, man, I was there as well at some point. My encouragement to you as a Christian is to sit down with these people, to listen to their stories, to have a meal with them and just simply talk with them to see what it is that's brought them to this place. Because I believe in doing that this is you now living the gospel out with these people and allowing them to see how God has restored you out of your sin. But in doing that, tell them the truth of the gospel. Share with them the truth of the gospel, saying that, hey, Jesus offers life to all people through him. And that these people in poverty don't have to be stuck in that. But because Jesus has come, Jesus has defeated death, Jesus has conquered everything, that now there's restoration and life in him. So when it comes to Christians dealing with people in poverty or panhandlers, I believe that the most effective way isn't to deal with them as a problem or a plague, but to love them as Christ loved us.